Thank you for listening to the show on Really Big Something Channel. October 27th, 2017.
The Kuhner Report, presented by Kelly Financial Services.
Should we add more tolls to the highways and roads, not just in Boston, but all over Massachusetts? I spoke about this yesterday at the third hour of the show. Well, now Macho Marty, Mayor Marty Walsh, also says yes. Okay, my friends. Guys, really, at this point, here's my wallet. Here, just take it all. I mean, just take all of it. Let's leave out the middleman. Here, just take it. So, there is now a big proposal being pushed in the state house of the state legislature up on Beacon Hill in the state house by State Senator Thomas McGee, i.e. Mr. Magoo. He is the state senator from Lynn. He is also a mayoral candidate right now against Judy Kennedy. He is the chairman of the Transportation Committee. And so, according now to State Senator Mr. Magoo, Thomas McGee, he now says it is time to add tolls everywhere, that they need the money, they need it for maintenance, repair, upkeep, for infrastructure, the roads, and so we have to add more tolls. They want to add more tolls to Interstate 93, Interstate 95, all around the city, Route 1 south of Boston, Route 2. They also want it on Route 128, potentially Route 107 if you live in Lynn. They want tolls everywhere on major byways and highways. And the reason why, according to Moonbat McGee, i.e. Mr. Magoo, is that they say, the money. They need the money for infrastructure, they need the money for maintenance, and they need the money for the MBTA. Well, Macho Marty, Mayor Marty Walsh, was asked yesterday, do you agree with the Democrats' proposal now up on Beacon Hill? His answer, yes. In an interview with the Boston Herald, here is what he said. He said he definitely wants more tolls everywhere across the major highways and byways in and out of Boston, but also across Massachusetts. Quote, we're looking at tens of millions of dollars of money needed for infrastructure for our roads, bridges, and the MBTA. We have to look at all options. Now, according to Macho Marty, he doesn't just want the highways around Boston to be loaded up with new tolls. He says to make it fair, you have to load it up with tolls across everywhere in Massachusetts. And here's the kicker. Both he and now Mr. Magoo and the Democrats up on Beacon Hill are saying that they also want to hit rush hour traffic. So you're going to be paying tolls. If they have their way, they want this up and running by the end of next year. So by the end of 2018, for example, when I come into work, I got to go up Route 1. Bang, hit me with a toll. Then I go on 95. Boom, hit me with another toll. And then I come in on the Mass Pike. Boom, hit me with a third toll. So they want to hit me with 3 tolls going in and then going out of Brighton. Probably it's going to cost me, if I'm lucky, $20 to $25 a day on the low end when everything is said and done. However, the tolls are going to be operating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. However, in the peak rush hour, meaning morning drive, 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 7 p.m., they want to raise the rates of the toll. In other words, instead of, let's say, paying $3, let's say to use, I'm just throwing it out there, to use, let's say, 93 or $3.50, during rush hour, they want you to pay $5 or $6. Now, the reason why is because they want to discourage driving during rush hour, and they want people to either use the MBTA, the train, whatever, carpool, take the bus, I don't know, take a bike, walk, whatever. And so according to Macho Marty, he also said he definitely favors having the tolls increased during rush hour. And he says these added tolls plus these higher fares for people, the working people of this state, that this would cut down on the number of cars coming into the city every day. Quote, it could potentially cut down on traffic, people driving in. Maybe they'll take the train. Now, a couple of things need to be said. Okay, they just absolutely need to be said. Number one, we already have a gas tax. The gas tax, and we have one of the highest gas taxes in America. The gas tax is supposed to be paying for the roads, the bridges, the maintenance, the infrastructure, the repairs. That's what it's there for. We have a massive road fund. The problem is they're raiding the road fund. So if they weren't so busy stealing from the road fund, if they weren't so busy giving ABT, welfare, all kinds of government benefits, say, to illegal immigrants, if they weren't so busy pocketing the money for all of their hacks that they have, whether it be at the probation department or at DCF or in the bloated bureaucracy, maybe if they didn't steal so much, there would be more on the left for the road fund that actually goes into the roads. Okay, that actually go into actually paving and maintaining the roads. That's point number one. So if they stole less, we'd have more for the roads. Point number two. This is nothing more than a naked cash grab. And this deliberately targets the working, middle-class, tax-paying people of the city and of the state. It hits them right in the pocketbook. It goes after them. And I want you to think about this. We already pay, by far, it's not even close, more than California, more than New York State. We're talking New York City, Los Angeles. That's a lot of traffic, a lot of congestion, a lot of cars on the road. We pay more for road maintenance than any other state in the union. The average is $162,000 per mile per year. So on average, you pay $162,000 to maintain a mile of road per year. How much in Massachusetts? Nearly 700,000. That's how much they're mismanaging and stealing. And you want more? You want more? More? Are you freaking kidding me? You have the gall to stand there to our face and tell us that you want even more money. And so what this is, I'll tell you exactly what this is. This is a typical Democrats tax and spend program, except they're not calling it a tax, they're calling it a toll, which is you take from the hardworking people, just suck their tax money out of their pocket, and then redistribute the wealth to basically buy votes to their constituents, to the takers, to those on welfare, to illegal aliens, to the hacks, to whoever they need to take care of. And that's how you keep winning majorities. But eventually, what's going to happen is people are going to say enough is enough, because I'm telling you, I've got no more money. All I do is work. All I do is pay taxes, property taxes, local taxes, state taxes, sales taxes, federal income taxes. All I do is pay taxes. And I'm paying tolls as well. Brittany's paying tolls. She pays already nearly $700 a year in tolls. I'm a little bit less. I'm just over $600. You're already taking $600 a year from me in tolls. Now you want to load up the whole state with tolls? And ultimately, you want all of this. I'll tell you what this is really about. The MBTA pensions. They've loaded up the MBTA with their incompetent hacks, and now they don't know how to pay for those expensive pensions, and so the only way out is load them up with tolls. So guys, here's what we're looking at right now, okay? According to you. Here's what we've got. You've got one of the highest state tax states in the entire union. Highest property taxes, highest state income taxes, highest state sales taxes, highest state, local taxes. We pay up through the nose in tolls. You want us to pay even more tolls. Then you want us to pay $16 for dropping somebody off at Logan Airport. So you're going to hit me for $16 when I drop my wife off whenever she wants to see her family in Montreal, for example. So you hit me with $16 there. You see how the racket works? So really, what's next? The toilet tax. Every time I flush, you're going to hit me for 50 cents or a buck? Now, if you guys want to go after people, I'm sick and tired of this, really. You know who drives into work every day? People who work. People who work. You know who drives in every day? People who have jobs and pay taxes. People who provide the revenue for you, Macho Marty, to live in that beautiful little office of yours. By the way, maybe if you weren't offering it to all the illegals, maybe if some of that money actually went to Americans, maybe we wouldn't be needing all these tolls, okay? But let that go, Macho Marty. We're the ones that pay for all of your salaries, your gold-plated pensions, your health care benefits, for you hiring your nephews and nieces and second cousins and everybody else. And that's what they do in this state. And we pay for all of it. All of it. Enough's enough. So I'll tell you what. You want to go after the roads? Let's go after the roads. I want you to charge that marathon route. Okay, people like to run that marathon route in Boston. No problem. $1.25 a mile. No, we can put an electronic bracelet. We can do electronic tolling for the marathon route. $1.25 a mile. For all of those college students, okay, and those others that don't pay any taxes but vote all the time, no problem. You want to run? No problem. Put an electronic bracelet, a nice little bracelet, a bib, whatever, and boom, $1.25 every mile. Those bike paths that now are really becoming annoying, okay, causing even more traffic and congestion. Hey, you run on the pavement, we got to maintain that pavement. You got to use a bike on that pavement, we still got to maintain that pavement. Every mile on those bike paths, $1.25. Go after the bikers, go after the runners. I'm not kidding, go after all of them. And then maybe, just maybe, we're going to have a real serious revolt, tax revolt in this state. Because I don't know about you, my friends, but enough is enough. So the Kuhner Country poll question of the day. Should we add more tolls on the highways and byways, the roads of Boston and Massachusetts? Do we need even more tolls? If you believe the answer is yes, Jeff, we need the money. So give them the money. Text the letter A to 680-680. If you're like me, this is literally highway robbery. Hell no. Text the letter B to 680-680. You can vote online at WRKO.com. The poll question, as always, sponsored by Bill Kelly Financial Services. To toll or not to toll? Your reaction, your calls, next. 1224 here on the great WRKO. Okay, state senator and now Lynn mayoral candidate, Moonbat McGee. State Senator Tom McGee is now proposing that we put tolls everywhere on the 93, 95, Route 1, Route 2, Route 128. If you live in Lynn, Route 107. And Marty Walsh has now said he's all for it. He's all in. They also want to increase the amount of the tolls during rush hour, morning rush hour and afternoon rush hour, to discourage what they say driving. In other words, make it a hell of a lot more expensive to get to work every day. Good idea, bad idea, 617-266-6868. Brittany, I know you're itching to weigh in on this.
Kuhner. Oh my gosh. Okay. Here we go. I just want to know if you know, which I'm sure the audience doesn't, Jeff, but how much do you think that Tom McGee makes now. Tom McGee, he is one of the people that voted for the pay raises up on Beacon Hill, Jeff. He got a 70% raise.
Disgusting.
So, this is obviously a money grab. They want this money to come from us to pay for their salaries. Well, here's an idea.
By the way, $20 million. They voted themselves, all of them, $20 million pay increase.
All right, well, here you go. Give your money back. Give the money back, your 70% increase in your raise, back to the state. Stop taking it from the people that work very hard and drive back and forth into Boston every day. You're taking that out for our tolls. Now, how about this? Stop hiring incompetent people to work at the MBTA like Beverly Scott. Let me just tell you what the general manager of the MBTA makes. Are you ready? $320,000.
Oh, my God. What's her name?
It's a male.
What's a male? I'm sorry. What's his name?
Luis Manuel Ramirez.
Luis Manuel Ramirez.
Yep.
The general manager of the MBTA.
General manager of the MBTA. He makes $320,000 a year.
Oh, my. That's obscene.
How about you stop paying out these obnoxious salaries and your 70% raise, Tom McGee? Why don't you give it back to the state so you can stop tolling and taxing us?
It's incredible. It's incredible. Now, Brittany, you were saying McGee is also running for mayor in Lynn.
Oh, yeah.
Because he wants another pension.
So he's going to double dip because he'll get his pension from the state
as a state senator.
And then if he becomes mayor in Lynn, which we don't want to happen, then he'll be double dipping. Is that fair?
This is a stick-up.
It's a racket.
This is a stick-up. That's what this is. This is highway robbery. This is a stick-up. Okay, my friends. To me, this is sickening, and we need to say no. Like, we have to say no right now, immediately, and nip this thing in the bud. Pat in New Hampshire, you're up next. Go ahead, Pat.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi.
Hey, the roads are terrible, but what the funny thing is, they are putting together. They're proposing that Massachusetts become a sanctuary state.
Yes.
To which I say, go ahead, and then people will pressure the AG to defund these states. And also, what Brittany was saying was those are good ideas. How about this, too? How about all the people that are getting a big pension? Tax them for leaving the state. Put a surcharge on them if they leave the state.
You mean when they head off to Florida and they put their feet up and they go, boy, we shafted the taxpayers good, huh? Hit them with a surcharge. We got to slash these pensions. We got to start putting these people in jail. I'm not kidding. We need an audit of the state government. We need an audit of the road fund. We should find out where that money's going, because I'm telling you, it's not going to the roads. That I guarantee you. Rose in Stoughton. Go ahead, Rose.
Hi, Jeff. It's a pleasure to meet you. Your opening monologue was just perfect.
Thank you, Rose.
But you forgot a few things. We also have gas tax. We have excise tax. We have sticker tax. We have, there must be 10 of them. I can't even think of them all.
Well,
that are all for the roads.
Well, yeah. Remember, you got to get your car. What is it? Every couple of years, you got to get a an emissions test.
It's every year.
The inspection.
And
then you have to pay for your car to be registered.
Then you got to pay for your car to be registered.
And your driver's license.
And your driver's license. You see how they just keep hitting you.
Registration fees. Those are all supposed to be for the roads. My thing is, if I ran my household like this, I would not have a house. I would not have any income, and I would have nothing nice. But see, I live within my means. I don't buy something if I don't really need it. I don't buy it if I don't have the money to buy it. And this government is just so out of control with their spending, and I don't know what we as the public can do, but something has to be done because this is completely out of control.
Rose, I'm with you all the way, and thank you for that call. What we need is, honestly, we need a tax revolt. This is what happens when you have one-party rule. It becomes like a mafia state. There's no opposition. There's no accountability. There's nobody watching them. And so they become so drunk with power and hubris, they literally think they can do anything. And so we have to finally say, it's up to us now. We're the taxpayers. Enough is enough. The peasants are saying, we cannot give you any more blood. You've taken all the blood out of our veins. There's nothing left to give. No more. 617-266-6868. Let's take it to Jackie Murphy in the newsroom. Macho Marty Walsh. Okay, Macho Marty says he likes the proposal from State Senator and Lynn mayoral candidate, Mr. Magoo, Tom McGee. Let's load up, he says, Massachusetts with tolls. He wants more tolls. He wants them everywhere on 95, all around Boston, Route 93, Route 1, that's my neck of the woods. They're going to hit you down there as well. Route 2, Route 128 in Lynn, Route 107. They want as many tolls as possible to raise as much money as possible. And they also love the proposal that not only are you going to have tolls, but they want to increase the fare, how much you pay at the tolls during rush hour. So 5 a.m. to 10 a.m., they want you to pay double. Rush hour, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m., afternoon rush hour, pay double. They say this is the best way to discourage driving into the city. They want you to take the MBTA, take a train, take a bus, walk, bike, whatever. Or just don't go to work. 617-266-6868. Okay. What they did, these crooks on Beacon Hill, okay, these gangsters, is they not just gave themselves massive pay increases to the tune of $22 million. So, for example, Thomas McGee, Mr. Magoo, before the pay raise, every 2 weeks, his paycheck was $2,682. After the pay raise, he basically gave himself a $2,000 pay raise per paycheck, 70%, almost 71% pay raise. He now makes $4,582.62. So not only did they give themselves a massive pay increase, but here's the kicker. They also gave themselves more money to travel. So they've increased their travel expenses and their travel stipend. So it doesn't matter if they increase the tolls for all of us because they voted themselves a bigger travel budget. So we're even paying for them to basically drive through the tolls for free. You see how the racket works? Okay. Mr. Magoo himself, his father was a crook. He was the House Speaker in Massachusetts, a big-time crook, a Democrat. What can you do? He also voted, this is now Junior here, Mr. Magoo, Tom McGee voted to give driver's licenses back to convicted drug dealers. I swear to God. So to make it easier for them to deliver drugs. He also voted to give $50,000 in pay raises to several fellow co-workers of his on Beacon Hill, his hacks, okay, his fellow cronies. Check this one out. He voted no. He voted against the bill to supply Massachusetts police officers with body armor. Remember when Officer Tarantino was shot and killed at a car stop in Auburn? He didn't want the cops to have money. The crooks up on Beacon Hill, yes. Staffers, cronies, and hacks, yes. He supports a sanctuary state, and he wants Lynn to be a sanctuary city. So welfare, EBT, free housing, Section 8, education, schools for the illegals, yes. But body armor for the cops? No. We had to go to Bill Kelly. Bill Kelly raised money and paid out of his own pocket so police officers could have body armor. Magoo wouldn't give it. 617-266-6868. If you live in the city of Lynn, he is challenging Judy Kennedy. I'm telling you, you're crazy if you vote for this guy. Get the word out if you live in Lynn. No matter what, do not let McGee become your mayor. Because if he does, you're going to be paying tolls up the wazoo. 617-266-6868. 6868. Bob in South Boston. Go ahead, Bob.
Hey, Jeff. Come on now. They're taking the money that normal Americans just wouldn't take. Come on. Hey, listen, the guys that you replaced originally in your early morning time slot, Ellen Tinnerman, he told the voters of Massachusetts up yours, we voted to roll the sales tax back to 5% where it was. This was only supposed to be temporary. He turned around and said, no, we're not going to do it. We need the money. So with that said, we need to take and band together, and any politician, we got to make this the third rail of politics and start with Macho Marty. Unfortunately, there's not, I mean, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. You got T.O. Jackson, who is a bigger radical than Marty. But, I mean, you got to vote these bums out.
Bob, more than that. I'm telling you right now, and thank you for that call. Brittany mentioned it to me. I'm going to do it. I'm going to wait. I want to see if there's more support behind this bill. But if this thing really starts to gain momentum, I'm going to hold a mother rally. Oh, this one. And I'm going to dare Macho Marty. I'm going to dare him. You go on the media and you try to say these are hate groups in the KKK. You try to play that fear-mongering card again. I dare you on this one. I'm going to put 40,000 people on Boston Common. I'm telling you. They're going to see the biggest rally this state has ever seen. I'm telling you, it's going to lead to a tax revolt. It's enough. They don't realize how overtaxed we are. They just don't get it. And you're right. Look, he's just given Tito Jackson. Oh, my God. He's given him such a gift on a silver platter. He's given him a mother issue to just tear into Walsh. Where's Tito? He's trying to out-moonbat the moonbat. So you can see now what's happening for the second term for Marty. Because the election's now, 10 days away, whatever it is. He's got a 35-point lead against Tito. And so he's going to coast to victory. Now he's really letting you know what he really thinks. You're not taxed enough. There's not enough money coming out of your pockets. You watch a second term with this guy. Your tolls everywhere. You're going to pay $16 just to sit at Logan Airport to drop your loved one off. They're going to take money out of your pocket so fast, your head's going to spin. Russ in Boston. Go ahead, Russ.
Well, Jeff, unless one sticks their head in the sand, there's no question that there's enough evidence out there that the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, it's mismanaged, it's corrupt. Every one of our state senators and our state reps, they're either on the take in one form or another, or they play Sergeant Schultz to let their buddies get away with murder. The environment Nazis want us to get us out of our cars. That weasel, Charlie Baker, the coward, and I met him in person in front of 20 other people. I said it to him twice over the year, originally was running. And I asked for an overhead evaluation analysis. So we'd see the light of day of everything that goes on in the Commonwealth. And he said he would. And then once he got in office, just like the snakes before him, didn't have the guts to do it. So what I'm asking the people to do, call your state senator, call your state rep. So before you raise any more of my taxes, I want to see a total overhead analysis of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts where every nickel and every penny is going, and everything needs to be scrutinized. Then we'll talk about raising taxes, you weasels.
Thank you for that call, Russ. Honestly, bingo. I couldn't have said it better myself. Now, the guy who's sponsoring the bill, okay, Mr. Magoo, Tom McGee, state senator from Lynn, mayoral candidate right now against Judy Kennedy. Give him a call. I had some Kuhner Country listeners call in the third hour. We blew his phone line off. Let's do it again. Let's not let these snakes get away with it. So this is McGee's. I think this is his personal cell phone. It doesn't matter. Just call it. 617-722-1350. 617-722-1350. And because he's also running for mayor, he wants to double dip on the pension. Okay, it's not enough he's stealing from one end, he's got to steal from both ends. So this is his campaign, his mayoral campaign in Lynn. 781 781-598-2017. 781-598-2017. And when you call, say, your father may have been a crook, but at least he was a smarter crook. You're such an obvious crook. 617-266-6868. Paul in his truck. Go ahead, Paul.
Hey, thanks, Jeff. First time, long time.
Hey, Paul, how are you?
I'm doing good. Jeff, I make a nice living as a truck driver. I work for a good company. He's got a fleet of trucks. We were talking about this in the break room this morning. If this goes down, it's going to affect our company's bottom line. If it affects our bottom line, the price of the goods that we haul are going to affect the public, giving them a double whammy. So we can't let this happen, Jeff.
Paul, that's a very good point. So you're saying not only are you going to be paying more for tolls, but, truckers like you, the goods that you haul in everywhere, that cost is going to be passed down to the consumer.
Exactly.
You're right. You're dead right. It's disgusting. And look, here's another thing these guys aren't even thinking about. You think taxpayers are going to take it? They're going to leave. No, really, honestly, after a certain point, the burden becomes so crushing that I'm just going to go somewhere else. Whether it be, I don't know, New Hampshire or somewhere else in the country, who can put up with this? And, what I find unbelievable, and I said this to Brittany this morning, we're doing our pre-show meeting. What is everybody talking about now? Amazon 2, right? That Amazon wants to have a second headquarters, kind of a co-headquarters, and they're looking for a good city to base their second headquarters. And of course, Massachusetts, Charlie Faker, they're making a very aggressive bid. So Suffolk Downs wants it. Cambridge wants it. Somerville wants it. Boston especially, very aggressively. They want Amazon too. And no wonder. A lot of jobs, a lot of employment, $5 billion development. They're going to offer Amazon to the whole seaport, saying, take it. You can take it. Tax breaks, all kinds of goodies. Well, what's the point? If it's going to, first of all, the traffic and congestion is so bad now. Amazon's going to say, so hold on, when do my employees actually get to work and how do they get back home? Okay? Because they're going to be sitting in their cars all day. But number two, they're going to be paying so much just to get into work and get out of work. Why should we come to your city? If I'm Macho Marty, I want to make this even more conducive for business and for jobs and for people to work, not less conducive. It just shows you, let's put it this way. When they were handing out brains, when God was handing out brains, Marty Walsh wasn't in line. Skippy and Southie. Go ahead, Skippy.
Hi, Jeff. Let me give that comment about the legislature and how they reallocate money. But before I do that, let me just say, I think you should come up with some T-shirts and bumper stickers that say, welcome to Massachusetts. It'll take a toll on you. But other than that, you got the legislature. They're always reallocating funds that are supposed to be there for the roads, the bridges, infrastructure, snow plowing. But they take that money and they give themselves a raise. But they're doing it every year, even when they're not giving themselves a raise. And they raise fees, they raise tolls, because they have to maintain the welfare state and the sanctuary city initiative and all the socialism. They got to keep paying that bill.
Skippy, you nailed it. Look at Lynn. Lynn is overrun with illegals. Okay? Neighboring Salem, same thing. They have to build extra schools. Just think of the cost. You have to build the school. You got to staff the school. You got to maintain the school. You got to hire people, right? They have to build extra schools in Lynn and Salem just for the illegals. I'm just talking about schools. I'm not talking about crime, people putting, in jail, incarceration, emergency rooms. In other words, welfare, EBT, how expensive it is to have so many illegals. And this genius, okay, Mr. Magoo, this genius wants to turn Lynn into a full-out sanctuary city and all of Massachusetts a sanctuary state. How are you going to pay for it? You. Mike in Quincy. Go ahead, Mike.
Hi, Jeff. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Mike?
First time calling. Listen, I just have a thing about the MBTA pension. I just want to say that I'm a proud MBTA pensioner. 24 years, one of the toughest jobs is driving a bus, and that's what I did. I just wish that when you talk about these toll increases, don't put us all under the same light, because I know there's nepotism and hackism in the tea, but we weren't part of that, and we work hard for our pensions.
Now, and I'm just curious though, Mike. Now, what about like this Ramirez guy? 300 and what is it again, Brittany?
$320,000
a year. I mean,
now,
Mike.
What did he do?
He's the general manager. You think this guy's worth $320,000, Mike?
Of course not. Neither was Beverly Scott when they hacked up, screwed up the whole system that winter. Remember?
No, I hear you, Mike. I hear you. No, look. I love the ordinary bus drivers. You know that. I'm talking about the hacks, and these are the guys that have basically run the MBTA into the ground.
That was Tom McGee's campaign assistant. Let's not fool ourselves.
Yeah. It's just incredible. I swear these hacks at the echelons of the MBTA, and they're getting themselves these massive, huge pensions, huge salaries, and the whole thing is now broke, and they don't know what to do about it. It's incredible. All right, can we get one more call in? Steve in the truck. Steve, I've got 30 seconds. Go.
Yeah, Jeff, listen, here's what they're going to do. They don't want to put tolls. They're going to tell you they're putting tolls all across the whole state on every road and every bridge. And then they're just going to end up putting them on 93 and tell you how much money they're saving you. That's what they're going to do. How long have you been in Massachusetts, Jeff? They're going to tell you they're saving you money because they only put them up on 93.
Touche. You see, huh? If you're not born here, it's just, you don't get the corruption. It's not in your blood the way it is from people who were born and raised here. See, I didn't even think of that. All right, a lot more. Trust me. Don't touch that dial.
The voice of Boston is you. 680 WRKO Boston, 93.7 WEEI HD2 Lawrence, Boston. It's 1 o'clock.